I moved to a quiet suburban street in Ohio thinking silence would heal me. White fences, trimmed lawns, American flags on porches, everything looked safe. On my first night, while unpacking boxes, I noticed my neighbor across the street standing by his window. He was tall, pale, wearing a blue shirt. He didn't wave, he didn't move, he just stared. I waited for him to blink, to shift his weight, to do something human. Minutes passed. My skin prickled. Finally, I closed the curtain, telling myself loneliness makes the mind strange. The next morning, sunlight made me feel foolish. Over coffee, I watched families walk dogs and kids wait for the yellow school bus. Normal life. Yet when I glanced across the street, the man was there again, same spot, same blue shirt. His eyes were wide, glassy, unblinking. I raised my hand in an awkward wave. He didn't respond, not even a twitch. A chill crept through me despite the warm spring air. I reminded myself people can be odd. America is full of private people. Still, something about his stillness felt wrong. Days passed, and the pattern continued. Morning, afternoon, night, whenever I looked, he was watching. Always from different rooms, but always facing my house. I tested it once, stepping outside to check the mailbox. His head slowly turned, tracking me like a camera. No blink, no expression. That night, I dreamed of eyes floating in darkness, wide open, dry and burning. I woke up sweating, heart pounding, convinced someone was standing over my bed. But the room was empty. Only the faint glow of the streetlight seeped through the blinds. I tried talking to other neighbors. At a weekend barbecue, I casually mentioned the man across the street. Confusion spread across their faces. That house has been empty for years, a woman said, flipping burgers. Another neighbor nodded, saying the previous owner died alone. They laughed it off, assuming I meant someone else. My stomach dropped. That night, I stared at the dark house. All windows were black. Then, slowly, a light turned on upstairs. He appeared again. Same stare, same unblinking eyes. My hands trembled as I locked every door. I called the police, feeling ridiculous even as fear tightened my chest. An officer arrived, checked the house, knocked on doors. No answer. Records showed no one lived there. As the cruiser left, relief washed over me, until I glanced up. He was closer now, standing on his porch. I could see his face clearly. His eyes were red-rimmed, veins spidering across the whites. Still no blink. He smiled, lips stretching too wide. The porch light flickered, and when it steadied, he was gone. I didn't sleep at all that night. Exhaustion blurred reality. At work, I caught myself staring at people's eyes, counting blinks. Every time someone blinked, relief followed. When I returned home, dread settled in my bones. Curtains drawn, lights off, I tried to ignore the house across the street. Around midnight, a soft knocking echoed. Slow, polite. My heart hammered as the sound moved from the front door to the side, then the back. I stayed frozen, barely breathing. Through the peephole, I saw his eye filling the glass. Wide, wet, unblinking. I screamed and stumbled back. The knocking stopped. Sirens wailed somewhere far away. Morning came with birdsong and shame. I told myself stress was breaking me. I scheduled a therapist, bought stronger locks, installed cameras. For a while, things were quiet. No sightings, no dreams. Hope returned. Then I reviewed the camera footage one evening. At 3:17 a.m., the screen showed him standing inches from my door. He leaned forward until his eye filled the frame. The timestamp ran for 3 hours. He never blinked once. My therapist suggested moving, grounding techniques, medication. I agreed with everything, desperate for peace. Packing boxes again felt like failure, but safety mattered more. On my last night, I sat on the floor, surrounded by memories I wanted to forget. A shadow fell across the room. I looked up. He was inside my house, standing by the doorway. No sound, no breath. His eyes were huge, reflecting my own terrified face. I tried to scream, but my throat locked. He tilted his head, studying me like a specimen. He spoke for the first time, voice dry and cracking. Blink, he whispered. My eyes burned as if held open by invisible hands. I realized then my eyes hadn't blinked in minutes. Panic surged. He stepped closer, smiling wider. You see me now, he said. My vision blurred, tears streaming, but my eyelids refused to close. The room darkened around us. His face dissolved into shadow, leaving only eyes, endless, watching. When I finally blinked, I was alone on the floor, gasping like I'd surfaced from deep water. I woke in a hospital bed. Doctors said I'd collapsed from exhaustion and dehydration. They found me unconscious, eyes open, staring at the wall. I moved away from that street, that town, that state. Months passed. I healed, mostly. Yet sometimes, in reflections, store windows, phone screens, I catch a glimpse of someone behind me. Watching, unblinking. I've learned to blink often now, exaggerating it, like a ritual. Because I'm terrified of the thought that if I ever forget, he'll remember me again. Tonight, in my new apartment in California, the city hums outside. I should feel safe. As I turn off the light, my phone buzzes with a notification from a security app I don't remember installing. One camera detected movement. The feed opens by itself. A familiar face fills the screen. Red-rimmed eyes. Blue shirt. He leans close, smiling. My eyes burn. My lids feel heavy. I fight to blink, knowing deep down the truth I fear most, that the neighbor never blinks because he doesn't need to sleep, and now, neither do I.